Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane's studio.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. Friday morning, hour number 2, live from the Raising Cane's studio. Flynn, Alondra, Tay, Lady Kane holding it down for you. We call a little tripod plus. Even though Lady Kane, she doesn't give us much.
Some would say she doesn't give anything.
Nothing at all. She's a pretty face.
Right.
That's about it. She's got good chicken fingers, but bad sports takes.
Yeah.
You know, I rely on her a lot and nothing.
Nothing.
So that,
she doesn't help.
If like you hear me start to ramble, it's because she was supposed to step in.
She didn't.
And I had already said my piece, and she didn't step in. It's kind of like a rain delay for TV announcers.
Yeah.
Like when they get that rain delay, and they're like, "Oh God,
filibustering."
That's got to be the worst situation. That's when you got to have Tay-Tay's skill.
Yeah.
For just like talking about nothing for long periods of time. You got to have that skill.
Pretty much all day.
I don't have that skill. So
I don't think I do either.
Yeah, I mean, it's to the point, you know?
Right.
That's why I'm usually not in the host chair. But Lady Kane's supposed to give me a little.
She's in the host chair.
Yeah,
nothing.
she is. She gives me nothing.
Yeah.
All right. I want to take a little trip down to New Orleans.
Ooh.
And talk a little Saints training camp.
Hell
because while we're not getting a whole lot out of LSU, a lot of feedback, I don't know why the reporters that go to LSU's aren't getting more. They're there for like 8 minutes.
I think it was like 10
8
last night.
whole minutes.
Yeah.
That's a ton of time and a ton to see in those sweet individual periods they get to view. I don't know why they can't extract more information out of this team, but we are getting more information. Our guy Nick Underhill is posting a lot of videos, a lot of content, a lot of opinions. He's doing a great job. I know Ross Jackson that writes for LouisianaSports.net, doing an awesome job. So there is a lot of news coming out of Saints training camp. And look, I'm just going to mention it to tell you I'm not going to mention it. I'm not even going to mention the name Spencer Rattler because I don't want to trigger people.
Oh.
Every time I mention him or comment on a post from Nick or somebody about a good throw by him, people just destroy me. They hate it. They hate when anybody talks good about Spencer Rattler because
we were pro Rattler.
Because we're pro Rattler. He made a great throw yesterday, and Nick posted Spencer Rattler makes the throw of training camp, and it's a touchdown to our own Barry Brown.
Yes.
And I was like,
who I'm trying not to get excited about.
And I tweeted back. I replied. I said, "Uh-oh, this is a bad day for a lot of Saints fans."
Yeah.
Because Rattler made a good throw. Because they hate it. They want him to fail, I guess. I don't know. And then someone commented, Matt, why are you always such a B in these comments?
I mean,
the shoe fits, I guess.
It's not fair. Anytime, the first thing I always see brought up, I look at a lot of our comments on YouTube as well. The first thing is like, you guys keep saying Spencer Rattler's one of the best backups, and he has like a 1-13 win-loss record. Look, okay, Spencer Rattler played well. Go look at the raw numbers.
Yeah.
Also, if you're viewing him as a backup quarterback, all you're asking your backup to do is go in there and play well, which he's done.
I think a lot of people, at least on the social media, misinterpret what the good things that are said by saying there should be some sort of quarterback competition. No. Like, shucks the guy. You really want your backup to play good because you are going to hopefully he plays into giving you an asset that you can trade. And you could trade for a corner. You can trade for a receiver. Like, you could trade for a draft pick, whatever it is. You want him to play really well. You want more clips like this coming out so other teams that have poor quarterback play are like, oh, okay, well, let's go trade a 4th rounder for him. Let's go trade a 5th and a 7th 4 year. Like, you get something
that gives
for
you like
him,
capital
right?
too.
So nothing we say. We talk positive about him because there's so many people that talk negative about him.
Yeah.
We got to defend him because he's a good player. But the person on the receiving end of that pass, Barry Brown, becoming quite the Camp Darling. And I know Saints fans, you have to kind of like pump the brakes and pause a little bit and be very cautious for these Camp Darlings, right?
Yeah. Mason Tipton.
Yeah. Okay, Mason
Not
the
even
last 2
practicing
years.
right now.
I know. But I will say it is a little bit different when that Camp Darling is a draft pick.
Yeah.
And a guy that had some expectations, of course, being drafted, like Barryon Brown did. And you want him to play well, right? You want them to be a Camp Darling. And you got to look at like the way, like, why is he doing it? Is he just flashing fluky plays? No, he's making plays on scramble, finding open. Like, he is making very high football IQ plays. What it seems like, of course, I'm not watching the film. I don't know exactly how it plays out. I'm trying to like piecemeal a bunch of clips together and watch it. But scramble drill being really good, being in the right place at the right time, having strong hands at the point of catch. Just doing a lot of really good, high quality wide receiver things. So if he was a first, second, third rounder and playing like this, you would just be like, this guy's living up to the hype.
Right.
He wouldn't be a Camp Darling. A Camp Darling is usually somebody that is undrafted. Like, think about the first Hard Knocks that ever came out with the Cowboys, like Danny Amendola. Like, he was Camp Darling, and he ended up having a great career. Mason Tipton, like, that's why everybody's got to be a little bit cautious. There's always somebody that flashes that you didn't expect. I think the expectation was certainly there for him to be good, at least, Barryon Brown. That's why you draft him. So, excited to see it. Of course, LSU fans excited to see it. Saints aren't like, it's not normal that they have a LSU player on their team. That one that especially for a long time, there was a LSU drought over there. So excited to see him go. So, what do y'all think about? Have y'all seen the clips? Have y'all seen the clips that I'm talking about?
I've seen the Barryon Brown ones.
I've multiple of them.
Yeah.
Like the one yesterday was awesome.
Is, like, I just feel like he was wasted here at LSU because of the offense that we had. So he's a good player.
So it pisses you off.
Yes, he's a good
It
player.
should piss you off.
And I mean, we saw him at the Senior Bowl. He was the fastest one on the board, like pretty much every day. Had the most yards the days that we were out there too. So I mean, I think that the potential for him to be really good is there. I'm trying to temper my excitement with him because, like, as a Saints and LSU fan, I want it to be good. But yeah, I mean, and the Rattler stuff, I agree. We're just trying to talk good about him because he's a good player.
Because everybody poo-poos on him.
Yeah, and everybody just poo-poos on him.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. We called him Spence.
Spence. What's up, Spence?
We're on like a nickname basis
Yeah,
with
dude.
him.
So,
But yeah, I mean, Tyler Shuck is awesome too. I mean, he convinced us.
We've talked about it a little bit during break. It's like whenever you have a coaching staff that was bad, that had the wrong pieces in place, like we saw it with Matt House, right? All the quote unquote bad defensive players here, really good in the NFL. Like I was telling you, like Bauer Sharp potentially makes the Buccaneers roster. Like Jake was telling us they were raving about players. Garrett Nussmeier's getting rave reviews from the Chiefs. Barryon Brown, like a lot of people were like, oh, he's disappointing because he had a lot of hype. I thought that at times too. He led LSU in receiving yards a year ago. Like a lot of people, I guess, don't really realize that because your offense was so bad. He had 532 yards. Now,
I
that's
was going to ask if it was like 12 or not.
That leading your team is bad in and of itself. But no, man, I mean, the guy's got talent, dude. Like you put him in an offense it's functional that throws the ball downfield, which is his strength. He can do a little bit for you.
So is this right? So Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss had 6 players with more yards than LSU's leading receiver last year?
5.
6 receivers. Didn't he have a tight end that had a decent amount?
I'm counting that.
Okay.
I'm counting that. For what it's worth, Winston Watkins would have been 4th on LSU's team in receiving yards. He was the 6th receiver
For Ole Miss.
for Ole Miss.
Nice.
And he would have been 4th on LSU's team.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that in the group chat mainly from defensive guys, that it really pisses us off when we see LSU players that weren't good at LSU, or at least productive. I'm not going to say not good, not productive at LSU, go and have long, successful, and be really good in the NFL. The NFL is way harder to be good at than college football. Big news flash for everybody. So when you're not productive at a university, but you're in line to have a great NFL career, play 10, 12, 15 years, whatever it is, even if it's 5 years, then that means you were underutilized in college.
Right.
I mean, it could mean, like, in a lot of cases, and you might not have found your rhythm, found your stride as a player. You might have been a little late bloomer, and that happens too. But it is too consistent, especially in this Brian Kelly area, that people are having success very early in their NFL career that didn't flash enough, as much as they should have in college. Jordan Tyson looks the part right now.
He looks good too.
He looks very good. I've seen people are overanalyzing. It's the internet, right? People overanalyze everything. They're trying to analyze his gait and his toe position when he's running routes, and like, well, he's going to be susceptible to ACLs because look at his toe angle and coming out of breaks. I'm like, okay, well, you're a dork.
Look at his toe angle.
Look at his toe angles here. All I know is the angle of how fast he's coming out of breaks and how quick he looks and what a crisp and incredible route runner he is. The goal of any wide receiver is to make a deep defensive back second guess yourself. So when you start breaking down, you got to second guess whether he's going inside or going outside. Is he actually breaking down or is he stuttering me? What is that receiver doing? And then being quick enough to get out of that break. So once the defensive back does know which direction you're going, you can't catch it. You can't be quick enough to get to him. And my God, that guy has. You can certainly see why the Saints took a risk and stepped up and took him 8th overall, even with the injury, the threat of injury that he's had and the history of soft tissue injury that he had. So I am excited to see him play. Still hesitant to feel very comfortable and feel very safe that he's going to play 17 games. It's hard to do that, but very excited to see him work. You've seen have y'all seen the clips of him running routes, like Olave running a route, than him running a route? Not to say that it's different type of route running, but my God, he just looks very polished.
He looks great.
Dude, the Saints, we had talked about how big of a need pass catcher was going into the draft, right? I thought they nailed it. I mean, look, we're talking about Barryon Brown and Jordan Tyson. Don't forget Bryce Lance. We haven't heard a ton about him in training camp, but back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons at North Dakota State, who's the power of the FCS, actually moving up to FBS this year. 28 touchdowns in college. And then Oscar Delp, we discussed him at Georgia, saying they maybe didn't use him the way we wanted to see him get used, but he's a talented guy. You pair all four of those guys with an Olave, with a Devon Vele who showed flashes last year, all of a sudden, your pass catchers look really good. You got 5 or 6 guys that can contribute.
Look, the Saints are actually, you look at them on paper, their first team, that first lineup of starters is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn good. They can at least line up and play the same game with anybody in the league, right? And they're going to, they're going to win more games than they did last year. I don't know what a successful season for you as a listener out there, as a fan. I don't know what a successful season for you is, but the Saints are starting to pick up some national talk, at least in the division. I don't know if it's because of a little bit of drama in Tampa Bay. I don't know if that kind of sparked people, but a lot of people are now picking the Saints to be the team that comes out of the NFC South and makes the playoffs. Do you think if they do you think it's going to be because of the play of Kendre Miller? It's going to get him there? Going to get him over that hump?
Matt, I'm glad you brought that up. If Barryon Brown is the surprise of camp, the least surprising thing in camp is the last 2 days, Kendre Miller in attendance, not practicing.
Shut up.
Kellen Moore met with the media Wednesday to address it, and he kind of blew it off as not a big deal injury-wise. To me, it is a big deal. They're calling it a back. Kellen said sometimes these spasms happen, so pulled muscle, back spasm, something like that. It doesn't appear to be serious.
I actually think he said he has a back.
He does.
He has a back.
He does. I've seen it. Dude, Kendre Miller, if this is not a serious injury, you hope it's not. I mean, look, guys rupture their Achilles all the time, tear their knee. I get that. You're going to have to tough these out at some point. You have played in 21 games in 3 years in the NFL. 8 games, 6 games, 7 games. That's what he's done for you. And, Matt, at this point in his career, let's be honest, Kendre Miller's fighting to make this team. A-Chain and Kamara are locks. We know that. Devin Neal, he's looked really good at times a year ago. He's a guy you just drafted, this coaching staff drafted. Audric Estime was good the last 2 games of the year. I mean, 91 yards, what was it, against the Titans, and then 100 all-purpose the last game. He could make that team. Ty Chandler is a veteran. You brought in C.J. Donaldson, the rookie from Ohio State. Like, Kendre Miller, there's a chance he doesn't make this team. And you're not, like, again, injuries happen. I get it. You got to do whatever you can to get on this field. And, like, the injury itself may not be a big deal, but the fact that, once again, we're talking about Kendre Miller missing training camp, to me, is a big deal.
So, basically, what Taylor is saying is that he has a back, and Taylor wants him to stop being a baby back bee. Is that what you're trying to say?
To an extent, yes.
To an extent?
Yes.
Pretty much exactly what you said. So, in the National Football League, talent gets you there. Talent cannot keep you there. It has kept him around. He is so talented that it has kept him around longer than most with injuries and things like this happening. You can't make the club in the tub. Y'all know that saying. It is something that some people do struggle with more than others. So you have to, at certain point, a team will cut its losses. They are not going to wait around for anybody. Now, if the more talent you have, the longer they will wait. But at some point, everybody has an expiration date on that. So he has got to get healthy. Hopefully, Kellen Moore is correct. It is nothing to worry about. But my God, I stay impressed with the amount of things Kellen Moore doesn't say.
Oh, he is the most coach coach that I've ever heard speak.
Is he like the nice version, the non-grumpy version of Belichick in New England?
Pretty much. He is a nice Bill Belichick in terms of press conferences, yes. He says a lot to say nothing.
He says it with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
And that is Coach Speak 101 right there.
Yeah.
And, you know, as fans and as people that are on radio and do media, like, you want more. But I totally get it.
For sure.
I totally get it. And that's probably how I would be. I would probably, can't keep this personality down, I would probably say a little bit more and maybe have a little bit more voice inflection.
Yeah, he's very boring.
He's very boring.
But nice.
Very
like,
nice.
he's good vibes, but he's boring and he doesn't say a ton. Like, he says a lot of words, but not a lot of info.
He's like Les Miles could speak for an hour and not say a thing.
He dances around it a little bit.
Dances around it, but he doesn't even dance around it. He just cuts it off.
Just doesn't.
Yeah, he's got it back.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're not worried about it.
He said sometimes these things pop up at this point in camp. It's like, yeah, we get that. But every year this happens with Kendre Miller.
There's another player that has a toe.
Just one?
That's what he said.
That's a concern.
That is a concern. He said he got a toe. Kendre's got a back. Another guy got a head. Like, not saying a lot. So Belichick, when I was there for a long time. I was on that team. I was teammates with Tom Brady. Hope y'all know that. For a very long time. At least 2 weeks.
Y'all close?
Very tight.
Get him on the show.
He actually texted me when I got cut. He was like, "Hey man, good luck."
That's actually
off,
really nice.
And he signed off TB12.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Sure did. That was right after Belichick called me and cut me at the gas station on the way to Cape Cod.
What would have been worse is if Tom would have texted you before Belichick called you.
Yep. So I think I've told the story, but I don't care. I'm going to tell it again right now. So
you want to tell it after the break?
Do I want to tell it after the break? I mean, I could. That's a good idea.
That's
a good idea because we are very late right now. I'm going to give you a Bill Belichick story. And then after that, we are going to play Jacob Hester interviewing LSU's own Kelvin Sheppard when we come back right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Good job keeping me on time. Takes a village. Go to centralplumbing.com, centralplumbing.org. Excuse me. That is the website for Central Plumbing Company, your plumbing experts for a long time in the greater Baton Rouge area, but now in the greater Baton Rouge and Lafayette. And we're talking commercial plumbing. We're talking residential plumbing. Whatever your need is, they have been doing this a long time. They have been the plumbing experts in the area for a long, long time. Third generation company, the Payne family, have been the experts for really any problem when it comes to water lines, gas lines. Maybe you are building onto your house. Maybe you're extending your house. Maybe you want a tankless water heater. You got a big family and you come in the evening after youth sports or whatever it is, and after school, and you have to wash dishes, you got to wash clothes, kids got to take showers, baths, and you run out of hot water. We'll never run out of hot water again with a tankless water heater. And again, commercial as well. They've done work for me. They've created a whole food and beverage plant for me. They've worked on my house. They are the experts. Centralplumbing.org.
locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
Welcome back here off the bench. Live from the Raising Cane studio. Friday. It is, told you, our kids started school yesterday. Some are starting Monday. If that doesn't fall on your calendar, kids are starting soon. And that means Austrian Health wants to remind families that a successful school year starts with good health. And that's physical health, of course, but we're talking mental health. And it means just more than like just good grades. You want to check in on your child's mental health. Encourage open conversations with them. Make time to connect as they adjust to a new school year. A few extra minutes talking each day can make a huge impact. Healthy habits matter as well. So when they're packing those lunches, make sure it's balanced with protein, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and let them help you plan the meal so they're a little bit more excited to make smart choices. Good nutrition helps support learning, energy, and focus throughout the school day. And if your child is playing sports this fall, don't forget an annual sports physical, along with proper hydration, stretching, plenty of rest, and the right protective equipment to help keep them healthy and performing their best all season long. Many of the Ochsner locations offer both primary care and pediatric services in one convenient place. So for more back-to-school health tips or to schedule an appointment, visit ochsner.org/br. All right, we were talking about Kellen Moore, second-year coach, expecting big things, has his young quarterback, really ended the season off the right way last year. And we think, as Saints fans here in Louisiana, we think a decent amount of momentum going into this season. They had a great offseason. Mickey crushing it in the front office. We were talking about Kendre Miller and his injury yesterday. And Kellen Moore is just his uncanny ability to say absolutely nothing and be very boring, but be very nice about it and be very likable when he's talking. And I kind of made the comparison of him being, is he like the nice, non-grumpy version of Bill Belichick when it comes to speaking with the media? Well, I was in New England. Let's see, it was 2015, I believe. It was the year that I finished with the Saints. Actually, the last half of the season, I was in New England. I had got the call. I was actually on a vacation in Italy when I got the call when Tom Brady got suspended for Deflategate. So I got the call, and I was like 6 days in of drinking wine and eating pasta, and they were like, "Hey, you want to come try out for the Patriots?" I was like, "Oh gosh." So, yeah, I ended my vacation a day early, flew in. They had me running like the 40 and the L drill and stuff after like with a belly full of pasta. Anyway, I make the team, and I was there through the offseason, like through OTAs and minicamp. And through the first week of training camp, I pulled my hamstring before training camp started, so I never really had an opportunity there with the injury. But when we started training camp, every day Bill Belichick would give a media award to the team. So media availability, of course, every single day in training camp. Players speak to the media. So Bill Belichick is famous, obviously, for giving the media absolutely nothing, being super dry, being super boring, sometimes very rude to media members and not telling them anything. A lot of times just one-word answers, whatever. So he did this absolutely 100% on purpose. He did not want to give the media anything. That was his stick. And he fed into it, and it got better and better every year. When I say better and better, he got worse and worse to the media, but in his eyes, got better and better. So he would encourage his players to do the same thing. He would encourage his players to say absolutely nothing. And when I got to New England, I didn't really know what to expect. It was the great Bill Belichick. It was, multi-time Super Bowl winning coach, the greatest coach of all time in the NFL. I didn't really know what to expect. You saw his media personality. But I got to say, when I got there, he was very outgoing personality, smiled a lot, joked around with the team. Now he ruled with the iron fist, certainly. But seeing him walk around with khaki cargo shorts, flip-flops, and a button-up with rolled-up sleeves around the locker room was jarring to me, because all I had seen was Bill Belichick on the sideline before. We had played against them. Like, so see him like interact as like a real human being was crazy to me. So he would go into a team meeting room and he would joke around. He would say a couple things and then he would get down to business. Well, we get there. It was the second day of training camp. And of course, the first day was reporting day. And the first day there, you had to do conditioning, like a conditioning test. At LSU, conditioning test would be 16-110s or a 40s test or whatever it was. It's to ensure all your players stay in shape before they get to training camp. And if you are not in good enough shape, you are held out of practice and you have to work out until you can meet the goal of that minimum requirement of conditioning. Well, I think the conditioning test there was like a certain amount of 50-yard runs, sprints, whatever you want to call it. It was like 20 of them or something like that. And you had to do it. And it's okay. So it's tough, whatever, you pass or fail. There was, who was the running back from Boise State that punched the guy?
LeGarrette Blount.
Okay.
Well, so he was at Oregon. He punched the Boise State guy.
Okay, there you go. Good punch too.
Yeah.
Lights out. So LeGarrette Blount was on the team at that time. And so the second day of training camp, after the first day, after conditioning test, he gives away the first media award. And he's like, okay, and we're going to give away the media award. He gives like third place, second place, and in first place, LeGarrette Blount. Media question. What all was involved during the conditioning test? LeGarrette's answer, conditioning. Then he pauses for like 10 seconds. LeGarrette, that is effing amazing. Great job. Keep it up. And he gives him an award and everybody claps for him because he gave him the least amount of ammo. He said the least amount and he was the biggest a-hole to the media. So that is that's my story about Bill Belichick and his media relations, what he expected from his team. And certainly Kellen Moore is not that. And his guys say a lot more, and he says a lot more, of course, words. But from a word count perspective, Kellen says a lot more than Bill Belichick. But from a content perspective, he ain't giving much away. And I don't expect that to change. Have you ever heard him say anything of substance that gave you an answer to a question?
No, most of Belichick's good moments I've seen are like the mic'd up.
Mm-hmm. What about Kellen Moore?
Catch him on the sidelines. No,
he says a lot. He speaks for a decent amount of time. He was when he did an interview with us for this show, he was very good. That's the kind of difference between like a video call too. I think you kind of can.
When y'all talked a lot, y'all reminisced a lot about like you and him playing the QB position and all that. It wasn't hard hitting. It wasn't
what?
Hey, give us
this
an
show?
up. It wasn't give us an update on Kendre Miller.
How injured is his back? It wasn't that. Well, hopefully the spasms get okay. Hopefully everything's all right because Taylor, as you said, you were a big Kendre Miller fan.
Yeah, I was.
TCU. And obviously they are fans of him because when he does get out on the field, the talent is obvious.
He spent third-round pick on him. I mean, he scored 18 touchdowns, something like that. That's just off the top of my head his last year at TCU. But, I mean, dude, he's kind of turning into the Zion of the Saints here a little bit. Just like, I can't play because of this. Is like, 17 touchdowns his last year. Like, but he was really good. That was the national championship run. Was his last year in college, and they had high hopes for him, and it just hadn't done it.
All right.
I mean, injuries aside, I thought he was like one of my bold predictions last season is that he was going to have a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah.
And then he got injured last season.
He's got the talent.
Like, I've been on Kendre Miller. Like, I want him to be good because he has shown, like, that he is good.
Stop the
at
spasms.
TC. Yeah, stop spasming.
Yeah, come on, kid.
I mean, whatever.
Who had more yards last year, Kendre or Xavier Legette?
Xavier Legette, actually.
Wow.
Like, I don't
the
know
way-
that off the top of my head, but if I had to guess, Xavier Legette.
By the way, Legette's okay.
He's okay?
I was a stinger.
Okay, good.
So-
So early reports out.
It seems like he's going to be okay.
My heart sunk a little
Yeah,
bit.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming out hot for
I know,
Xavier Legette this year.
And I was going to do the Kendre one again because I was like, okay, he's healthy.
Yep.
Now, this is it.
This is
But
it.
I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's like his back, hammy, whatever. Well, I guess, what's his name? Kellen Moore said it was his back. I don't know how I just blanked on his name like that. But
I mean, dude, there's a real chance that Kendre Miller doesn't make this team. There's a real chance that happens. If the other back, you got 7 running backs in that room. If they're out there actually on the field performing, why are you keeping Kendre Miller around?
Well, for sure. If he doesn't perform, you have an expiration date. You just compared him to Zion with the injuries, but he's got talent, but he doesn't have Zion type talent for his sport. And yeah, he could be good, but you just traded and paid Achane, and you kept Kamara. So there are limited seats in that running back room this year. So you better start toughing it out. And look, you can't fight through actual injury, but you have to look at it and say, that's what I tell my kids all the time.
Get a
Are you
cortisol
hurt?
shot.
Or are you injured? Are you hurt? Or are you injured?
Yeah.
And by God, if I'm not injured, if it's just hurting, I'm going to do everything I can, because he has to come to the realization that it is this year or never.
Because I don't think they're going to move on from Devin Neal, who actually pulled a hamstring yesterday. So we'll see that lingering, but they're not going to move on from Devin Neal.
Is there a substation down there?
I don't know.
What's going on?
No, but I think Jordan Tyson, we shouldn't be worried anymore because we got him away from the substation.
It's true.
That's a good point.
Because remember, we looked it up. There's one by Arizona State.
Which Levitt?
That's true.
Sam Levitt
was hurt all last year,
Cam
too.
Scattaboo.
Mm.
I mean, it was while he was with the Giants.
That's
but
true. I forgot about that.
looked
Arizona
that up.
State did have it.
They had one literally right down the street.
Oh, by the way, Leggett had way more yards than Kendre last year.
Yes.
He had almost 500. Kendre had 193.
500.
He had,
You know what that's halfway
that's
to?
halfway to 1,000.
he had 497.
Let's go.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was 2 years ago. He had 365 last year.
Oh, hell.
But still, he had a lot more than
Combined, though, almost 1,000
combined,
yards.
almost 1,000. Yes, it's 2 year total.
Dude, see this head? Not just a neck ornament, everybody. Pretty smart. All right, hey, look, we got to start getting our poll predictions ready for later.
I know. I'm so excited.
I know it's going to be good. This year we're gonna knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
We're gonna nail it. Okay, let's go to break, and then when we come back from break, let's play the Jacob Hester and Kelvin Sheppard interview. I know I've been teasing it for a couple of segments. We are going to come back with that interview, so stay tuned right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com, pelicanroof.com. Of course, your website for Pelican Roof, the best roofing company in all of Louisiana. And don't take my word for it. Go to that website and just look right at the top. It's got 5-star reviews all over the place, whether it's Yelp, whether it's Google, whether it's just internet rankings, whatever it is. They have it there for you. It's like a plug-in to their website. They didn't put this there. This is straight from the internet. So it's other people talking. It's real people, real customers talking about their experience with Pelican Roof. You see all the great work that they've done in the community. We told you about the veteran giveaway, the Mother's Day giveaway. Those are things that they do because they are part of this community, a part of your community. And these are things they don't have to do, but because they care about Louisiana, they care about the people in it, they do great things within that community. So if you have a roofing project, a roof leak, a roof repair, maybe it's a complete roof replacement, give them a call for a consultation. Let them tell you, let them work with you. Go check them out, pelicanroof.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back here Off the Bench Friday morning. What is it? 8:39 a.m. here in the capital city, Alondra. Second time. No, that's the third time I've said it. Does it feel normal?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
It takes about 10 to 20 probably. We'll keep saying it. Capital city. All right, welcome here Off the Bench. Live from the Raising Cane studio. Tripod rolling with you this morning. But we are going to hear from the fourth person in the wolf pack, our fearless leader, Mr. Jacob Hester, traveling the countryside. I think it's 15 total training camps he's going to.
Something crazy.
But a
like
big
that.
interest yesterday, him in Detroit. Actually, I don't know where they were, but wherever the Detroit Lions are having their training camp is where he was. And he got to catch up with former LSU Tiger and current defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, a guy that has exploded onto the coaching scene, had a great NFL career, a great career at LSU, a great former Tiger, always representing the Tigers, and has a very bright future in the coaching world. He got to catch up with Kelvin Sheppard, and here is Mr. Jacob Hester talking to Kelvin Sheppard.
All right, welcome back in SiriusXM NFL Radio, continuing our training camp tour. We are in Detroit talking to the Lions today. We're going to be joined now by my guy, Kelvin Sheppard, defensive coordinator. I mean, he went to LSU too. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way, Pat. Might as well go ahead and let him know. Go Tigers.
Thank God he's not a fullback because I wouldn't have anything to say here.
Well, I mean, we went against each other. Shep was a young player back when I, was a senior there.
I remember grading
hey,
Shep.
What I tell you, I said my guy was out there playing as a true freshman on a national championship team.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate seeing my brother.
Absolutely,
right here,
man. Hey, I'm so happy for you, man. You deserve everything that's come your way, and I know that you've got some players on your side of the football. I know y'all brought in a lot of guys. I know you're excited to go out there, second year as a defensive coordinator, but just hearing y'all talk about some of the guys y'all brought in, kind of how the practices are going, it feels like y'all are hitting for you year 2, just ground running, full speed.
Absolutely. It's always nice also, before you even get to the players, the continuity within the staff.
Yep.
Going into year 2, being able to carry over everybody, 100% carryover rate. So you don't have to coach coaches before you can get to the players. The coaches know exactly what you're looking for per their individual rooms. And now it's just one voice. Everybody understands the adjustments, the way I like to call it, the way I want it to look, my vision pre and post snap. So now when we walk in the room with the players, it's like, let's go. Here's the adjustments. Here's the whys.
Right.
You remember last year, Rock, against Pittsburgh when this happened? That's why you can't do that.
Yeah.
And you could give them real-life examples versus just showing them a vision that's not really real yet.
Yep. I'm going to reinforce your point because a lot of times, and we go to a lot of camps, and I've been in this thing for 50 years, everyone likes to address the what. But the why it's not covered the way you do it. Belichick covered it.
Absolutely.
And he used to move guys around in positions to make sure they understood what the guy next to him was doing by making them play it for a while. But the why is hard.
Absolutely. It's conceptual learning, I tell the guys. Yeah. Don't memorize plays.
Thank you.
That's hard. That's how busts happen.
Yep.
Learn concepts. Learn how to put things in buckets. And then from there, learn what the man next to you is doing. And the biggest reason why is because then you'll fully understand why we're asking you to play that technique, why we're asking you to play outside leverage here, because the safety's inserting to you. That's why.
Yeah.
And then that's coaching to me. I think anybody, you could go get a school teacher to roll out a playbook and say, learn this.
Yep.
But explaining the why, telling the player, we're translators.
Yeah.
I can tell coaches, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It matters what your players can understand.
Yeah.
So I say we're the translators between the coaches' meetings to the coach-to-player communication.
There you go.
And I think we've taken a major step there. And it goes back to the continuity within the staff and now having players that's been with me since they were drafted. Hutch, Derek Barnes, Jack Campbell, Aleem McNeil, Levi Anzarike. We're all in lockstep.
Right.
Like today we had a walk through a simulated no-huddle deal. I let Jack call the whole practice.
Yeah.
We jumped into situations. I let Jack call the whole thing. I put him in stressful situations right now, so when he's in the heat of the moment, he never blinks.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's a player that we were talking about with your head coach. We were talking about before we hopped on with you. Jack Campbell feels like he still doesn't get talked about enough because he's right there in the middle of that defense. And we were talking about, I mean, he's not a typical linebacker size. I mean, this is a 6'5" guy. I mean, 245, 250. I don't really know what the weight is. I mean, he looks big. But, man, the bend that he has, the play recognition that he has from the very get-go, and you just gave him a whole day, hey, it's yours, bud, go get it, because you know he can handle it.
And like, you appreciate the way this player works, man. He came in here as a rookie. You would have thought he was an undrafted player.
Yeah.
The time he puts in it, he exhausts himself in this stuff. He immerses himself in it because it means something to him. If he has an ME, I mean, he's beating me to, like, I cannot do that. Why would I? Like, and because he understands the why.
Right.
But then when you're able to have a guy on the front line like Hutch, a guy in the middle like Jack, when your best players are your hardest workers, you never have to coach effort. You never have to coach discipline. Because if he's doing it, what are you doing?
Right.
How am I not doing it?
So, like, I credit the front office. I credit Dan for the people they're bringing in this building, not just the players, because it starts there, man. When your best players are your hardest workers, it's easy to demand certain things out of other guys.
Awesome. Let's talk about opposite Hutch rushing the passer. What's the group look like over there?
Oh, it's a thing of beauty right now. I've been afforded the opportunity to be here going on my 6th season, and Hutch tapped me on my shoulder the other day at practice, and he's like, I got some real help out here now, Chef. I think he's felt a load like he's been carrying. Hutch has been a 95 percentile player for us when healthy, and you don't want that at the position he plays. I mean, you guys been around ball your whole lives too. To have a defensive lineman playing 65 snaps a game.
Well, we talk about that with the listeners because offensive tackles will play 1,100 plays, but a defensive end is going to play 500 plays.
There you go. And when the game's on the line, you want those guys fresh. Yeah. Again, imagine Penei Sewell's out there against Aiden Hutchinson for 12 straight snaps.
Right.
And when he starts sucking wind, we're able to now bring in DJ Wanham.
Yep.
Fresh to maybe get Penei Sewell best offensive tackle in the league, but now you're getting him at 75% versus that fresh Penei.
Right.
So there's no drop-off when it goes to, all right, Hutch leaving the field, I can't call this. No, DJ Wanham, let's go. Derek Moore, let's go. Plug-and-play type players.
And sometimes you got to protect your own guys. They want to stay out there. And you know, Hutch is only coming out because you made him come out.
Thank you. Because people don't understand. Because, you know, the first thing you hear is, well, Hutch is playing too much. I tell the media the other day, I want you guys to come down on game day and try to get him off the field.
Yeah. I put you in charge of getting him off the field.
Secret
you go out there and
police
get 97, see how that goes for you.
Yes.
Shep, man, I know you got to go. We appreciate your free time during training camp, man. Always love to see you. So happy for your success, man. Continued success and best of luck this upcoming year.
Oh, man, I greatly appreciate it. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, there he is, Kelvin Sheppard, former LSU Tiger, and 8-year NFL vet, and a coach on the rise, having a great early coaching career, and we look for big things in him. And I get it. Everyone's like, oh, so Lions, we don't really care about the Lions. But let's put the team aside. There is a lot of just great football nuggets to pull and to pick out of that conversation. The number one thing that stuck out to me is when the best players are your hardest workers. That is when you have something special. And you talk about trying to define what gives a team an it factor sometimes, what makes a team a championship team over just a very talented team. When the best players are your hardest workers, that is something that can snowball. And it's a great lesson for kids out there in youth sports. It's a great lesson for kids out there in anything that they're doing, whether it's school, whether it's athletics, whether it's music, whatever you decide to do, whatever it is, be great at it. The best players are your hardest workers. That is when you can do something very special. And a lot of great nuggets. Another thing that stuck out to me was that's why offensive tackles get paid so much money, because at the end of the year, when you look at it, they've played 1,100 plays, and the defensive ends that they go against have played 500 because their rotation, they're always playing someone fresh. That is why good offensive tackles are so highly drafted, such highly paid, and why they are in high demand, because it is such a hard position, because you are always going against fresh players. Great stuff there. We wish Kelvin a ton of success. You can tell why he is on the rise as a coach. You can tell that coach speak. You can tell the passion that he speaks with. That is why, he's never been a head coach before. He's a defensive coordinator for a year, and thought of as people talked about him being LSU's head coach before Lane Kiffin. He was at least in that conversation from a fan standpoint because he is so highly thought of. So wish him success. Awesome stuff from him. All right, we're going to come back. We're going to go to break, come back, and we're going to close out hour number 2 right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to RussellPools.com. Russell Pool Company. Louisiana's leader, your leader when it comes to custom pools. Custom pool builds from start to finish. They can turnkey an entire project. If you've been thinking and putting off that project to turn your backyard into this beautiful backyard oasis, or maybe it's maybe it's a subtle pool you just want it to look very nice and incorporate into the backyard, the landscape, whatever it is, they can do anything. They got 2 landscape architects on staff over there, so they can take your dream to reality. They'll have a conversation with you. Chris Sanderson and the gang, extremely knowledgeable when it comes to design features, pool features, everything working within a certain budget that you have. They can draw it, they can engineer it, they can build it, maintain it, and also pool renovations as well. If you've bought a house with an old existing pool, but it needs updated, needs fixing, you want to change a little bit, they are the experts when it comes to pool renovations as well. So go check them out at russellpools.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back here. Off the Bench. We got a real short segment right there. We went long with Kelvin Sheppard last segment. It's our bad.
I mean,
You're not
Kelvin
gonna,
just-
yeah. You're not
Big
gonna
yapper.
not let him talk. Big yapper. Just giving us all sorts of great football nuggets. Hey, real quick, let's just give a real quick little update. Some Tigers in the pros here. Mm-hmm. LSU baseball.
Yeah.
Jake Brown, first career home run yesterday.
Last night?
Little Jay Johnson tweeted about it.
Hell yeah.
That's how
I
I
missed
saw
that.
it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Danger. Over
It was a
right field
dinger?
wall. Oh, yeah.
It was off a lefty, too.
No big deal.
Oh, I love that.
I don't even know what professional ball
missed
looks
it.
like in August, right after you get drafted. I have no idea what that is.
No,
then
but what a
also,
statement made.
I'm pretty sure Kate Anderson's going to be getting the call here pretty soon as well.
Oh.
That's right. The president of baseball ops for the Mariners said that he was getting asked if they've thought about him bringing Kate Anderson up into the bullpen.
Yeah.
He's like, why would I bring him up into the bullpen? He's the best starting pitcher in minor league baseball right now. He's like, so he's the next starter up.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
I don't know. Rumors are having it maybe after they play the Astros next week. So maybe after that. And I know
Top two in college baseball at their time, probably top two prospects in terms of pitching. Anthony Ianson going over to the Orioles organization.
Not a big
So
deal. That's how
I
you
feel
win a
like-
natty, kind of.
right.
One of the good reasons. So, Tigers in the pros right there. They are doing great things in baseball. So, congrats to Jake Brown on first career home run last night. So, good job. All right, stick with us. Hour number 3 coming up right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, it is that time. It is time to tell you about Tommy's. Tommy's, windows, doors, and siding.
Oh, Tommy!
There we go. You could lay the accent on a little bit better, but pretty good energy. Go to gotommys.com. Your website, if you have a project happening at your house, if it is, maybe you're extending your house, maybe it's a little renovation, maybe you're building a brand new house, or maybe you just live in South Louisiana and things happen. Mold happens, rot happens, termites, whatever it is, bad weather. You get it. It's really human. And you got some old windows. You just need to change it. Well, you're going to clearly see the difference if you decide to work with Tommy and his team. Lifetime warranty on everything that they're going to install for you. So give them a call. Let them come give you your house or your project a consultation, talk with you about the project, and let them show you why they hang in banners every single year. Angie's List Super Service Award winner every year since 2016. The best in the business. Go to gotommys.com.